What's going on, guys? Tanner back here bringing you another video, and what I got for you guys today is we're going to be discussing if the Air Force can change your life in a positive way. But before we get into that, I just like to say thank you for everyone who has joined the membership program since it started. We got a list of everyone who has joined right here. So if your name is on that list, thank you very much. If you want to join the membership program, the link to that will be in the description below, so go ahead and check that out. There's a lot of cool perks and stuff availability in there. And when we drop our merch line here very, very soon, you will get a discount on top of that. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So can the Air Force change your life in a positive way? Yes, it can. And it can change it in a number of ways, which we'll go over today. Some of them, are bigger than others, and some of them, are smaller. Let's cover the big ones first. A lot of the reasons that people join the Air Force is for free education. Now, people always think, well, it can't be 100% free. It really is 100% free. As long as you finish your associate's degree for the current job that you have as your AFSC when enlisting, then you can go to school and pursue a degree in another career field or another, category, whatever it is, subject. There's plenty of people who do that. I have master sergeants and tech sergeants in my shop getting their master's degree in multiple different things. They will pay for all of your schooling. On top of that, if you hold off on your schooling and wait till you get out of the military, if you have the post 9/11 GI Bill, they will give you BAH depending on where you are going to school and where you're living for a staff sergeant. So E5 BAH based on where you're going to school. But you cannot just take online classes. You can't take online classes in California, down in San Francisco or LA, and live in like Nebraska or something like that. You have to physically attend at least one of the classes for you to get the BAH for that. So for me personally, when I get out and I move to Texas, I'm going to be going to a school in Austin, which has the highest BAH rate in the entire state of Texas, and I just have to live within, a driving distance of the school. That way I can go to a class. So that's the way I'm taking advantage of that. But schooling is one of the biggest opportunities that the Air Force is going to give you, bar none. You can't buy, you can buy an education, but you can't get a free education, if you don't enlist. Maybe if you have a scholarship and things like that. Most people have to pay for their schooling. The Air Force or military in general gives you free schooling. Saves you a lot of money in the long run. Another thing that people love and that helps out with a variety of different things is the VA loan. The ability to buy a house with 0% down and have a place to live while you're in the military. If you get to move off base. If you're living in the dorms, you cannot use your VA loan because you're not going to be able to afford the property because you're not going to get BAH. So if you're off base, you get the opportunity to use your VA loan, which I did, to purchase a home, and you have a home. 0%, I have a 3.1% interest rate or something like that on a home in California. I put down, I think, $1,200 just for, the fees, and that's it. Then I started paying my mortgage. You can't get that anywhere else. Most people are going to want a good amount down. You're going to have, insanely high credit if you're younger. You're going to have a bunch of different things. For us, it's a lot easier. I barely had to do anything. So schooling and the VA loan, two of the big things. Another thing that, doesn't come free is health insurance, medical, dental, vision, anything like that. Anytime, you need prescriptions, they're covered. I got into a car accident a couple of weeks ago, not the Sunday that just passed, the previous one. I had to go to urgent care. I didn't pay a penny to go to urgent care. Then when I went in, they prescribed me some meds for muscle relaxers and stuff because my neck and back were hurting and I had a concussion. So they gave me prescriptions. I went and I picked them up and I didn't pay a penny. Those are huge things. Prescriptions, you're going to pay co-pays and you're going to pay for the prescription. You're going to have to pay to go to the hospital, all these different things. I didn't have to pay a single dime. So there's three right there. Anytime, I get a yearly checkup at the dentist office. If I, for some reason, have a cavity, they'll fill the cavity. If I need my wisdom teeth pulled, they will pull my wisdom teeth. They will give me the medicine that I need, whatever they decide to give you for that. If they give you Norcos or whatever it is, you don't pay for that. And you get days off of work. How can you beat that? On top of that, you will always have a paycheck. This is one of the biggest things, especially with what's going on right now with COVID and a lot of people losing their jobs. I will never not have a paycheck. You cannot beat that. No matter what goes on in the world, no matter what, I will always work. I will always work. I will always have a paycheck, no matter how many hours I work. Because right now we're working 4 6-hour shifts a week because of COVID. I'm still getting paid the same amount. I don't lose out because I'm on a salary. So I'm still making my normal my normal E3 pay, I'm still getting my BAH, and I'm still getting my BAS. I don't lose a penny. If I'm working a civilian side job and I get my hours cut from 40 hours a week to 24 hours a week, that's going to significantly impact my lifestyle. I cannot, I'm not going to be able to pay as many bills or pay my bills at all. I'm not going to be able to, go and be able to go out to dinner if I want to go out to dinner. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to be able to afford. And it's the same thing happened with my fiance when COVID hit. She worked at a restaurant. The restaurant closed down. She lost her job. It's a very tough thing. But luckily, I didn't lose mine. I still had an income, so we were still fine. It didn't matter. But that's one of the things you cannot replace is an income that's always going to be there. You're always going to have food. You're always going to have shelter. You're always going to have clothing. And you're set. Those are 4 big things right away. Then there's the small things where, if you want to do the 20 years, you'll have your retirement. And I say it's a small thing because you have to do 20 years. A lot of people don't complete 20 years. But if you do your 20 years, then you have a good retirement. You're still going to have benefits. You're still going to have your VA loan. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is if you don't use your VA loan, and I'm not sure how many years it is specifically, I'll put it on the screen, your GI Bill, your schooling, you can pass that to your kids so they can go to school for free if you don't want to. How sick is that? Say your kid, they don't get a scholarship, but they still want to go to college. You can pay for it. How many people can say that they just paid for their school's college or their kids' college and it didn't cost them a penny? You can't really beat that. On top of that, this is one of, the more darker things. If something is to happen to you, you have a $400,000 life insurance policy that only costs you a couple dollars a month. So your family, if something does happen to you, hopefully it doesn't, but for some it does, your family has enough to take care of everything and be able to still pay the bills. Say if you have a stay-at-home wife with your kids, your family's taken care of. So, if you don't have life insurance and you work a standard job, say you get in a car accident, you pass away, you don't have that. Your family's, they're going to have to pay for everything on their own. With this, if something does happen, even if you don't deploy, say you got in that same car accident and you passed away, unfortunately, your family has $400,000 right there to take care of funeral costs, to pay for the mortgage, to pay for, kids to go to school, to pay for groceries, whatever it is. They are set and they're taken care of. On top of that, your kids will get all of the medical, dental, and vision. Your wife gets medical, dental, and vision. You're going to get dependent pay for your family members. They will give you extra money per month if you have family, if you have a wife and kids. If you get deployed or you go on a TDY, you get spousal pay for being away from them. You get your pay for, separation pay. If you go and you deploy, you get deployment pay, you get hazard duty pay. If you're on flight status, you get flight pay. There's tons of incentives for pay. One of the biggest ones that I save for the end, though, for those of you who are still here, you're going to learn a skill, and that skill's not going to cost you a dime. So a lot of people who get jobs in cybersecurity, cyber transport systems, things like that, they take a test for Security Plus. Security Plus is a great certification to have, and on top of that, they get a top secret clearance. When they go out in the real world, a lot of these jobs with the clearances and the classes that you're going to take are going to pay you a lot of money. Security Plus, if you take that with what you learned in the military, plus your top secret clearance, you go work for a high-end job, you can make $100,000 a year right when you get out, 22 to 24 years old. Who do you know that graduated out of your high school that is making $100,000 a year at 22 to 24? Maybe 1, maybe 2, unless you have some crazy school where everyone's a genius. They invented some sort of company that is really successful. Then hey, but a lot of them aren't, and that could be you. Yes, there are downfalls to being in the military, though. There are things that make it a little harder. You can be away from your family. If you get deployed, you're definitely away from your family. A lot of people suffer from depression in the military. A lot of people suffer from harassment in the military. A lot of people suffer from a lot of things that go on. There are suicides in the military. I personally know, I went to tech school with 2 people who committed suicide within the first year of being enlisted. You would have thought they were the happiest people on earth. So there are downsides. If you want a video about more of the downsides of it, I can definitely make that for you guys if you want to see that. But this video is about the reasons why enlisting can benefit you and make your life better. So those are some of the biggest reasons as to why it can benefit you guys. And I gladly took advantage of them. I wasn't really doing anything with my life, and I figured this was a great way to make it better. So If you agree with me, smash the like button, comment what else you want to see on the channel below. Let me know what you guys thought of these big points. If any of you are enlisted, what are some of the other big things that you would have thrown in here? Let me know about those below. Also, we just hit 3,200 subscribers, as you can see right here on the screen. We are so close to getting to 4K, guys. Once we hit there, we got another big thing coming for you guys. We're growing this army one day at a time. I appreciate all of the continued support on the channel. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. I love you all. Stay safe and have a great day.